Hi everyone, this video is about my packet tracer activity in chapter 11 that is entitled as the Skills Integration Challenge. So watch this.
So this video is about my packet tracer activity in chapter 11 that is entitled as Skills Integration Challenge. So let's start. So this is the addressing table, and then so you can see the addressing table is incomplete. So we will complete it by putting the IPv4 address and the subnet mask of each devices. So to complete it, it is the given scenario or the background. So, the router central, ISP cluster, and the web server are completely configured. You have been tasked with creating a new IPv4 addressing scheme that will accommodate four subnets using 192.168.0.0/24 network. Then the IT department requires 25 hosts, the sales department needs 50 hosts, the subnet for the rest of the staff requires 100 hosts. So a guest subnet will be added in the future to accommodate 25 hosts. You are also tasked with finishing the basic security settings and interface configurations on R1. Furthermore, you will configure the SVI interface and basic security setting on switches S1, S2, and S3. So the requirements: IPv4 addressing, create subnets that meet the host requirements using the 192.168.0.0/24. Then staff is 100 hosts, that is also defined here in the topology. Next is sales, which is 50 hosts. Next is the IT with which has 25 hosts. And then the guest network to be added later is 25 hosts. Then document the assigned IPv4 addresses in the addressing table. Record the subnet for guest network. So first is PC configurations. So configure the assigned IPv4 address, subnet mask, and default gateway settings on the stock, sales, and IT PCs using your addressing scheme. So we will click this stuff, and then just click this stuff, and then the stop IP configuration. So we will put the IP address of the stop as, let's say that it is the 192.168.0.3, and its subnet mask is 255.255.255.192, because stuff is um wants 100 hosts. So we will put this, and then its default gateway is, we will assign a default gateway later, and because the default gateway of computers or depends on what router they are connected. So let's save that later. Then next is sales, then desktop also, and then IP config. So the sales is wanting 50 hosts. So let's say that the IP address of the sales is 192.168.0.131, and then its subnet mask is 255.255.255.192. So let's save its um, default gateway 192. So let's, it's same also, we will change it at 128. And the next is the IT. So we will assign an IP for this. The IT is 168.0.195, and its default gateway is 255.255.255.224 because IT wants 25 hosts, and then later we will assign a default gateway for them. The next is record the subnet for guest network. So next is PC configurations. Assign IPv6 unicast and link local addresses and default gateway to the stock, sales, and IT networks according to the addressing table. So to put the IPv6 address and its link local, we will configure it. So let's go on terminal and then OK. So to configure the to assign the IPv6 unicast and link local address and default gateway for the staff, sales, and IT. We also go here on the staff and IP configuration, and we will put here the IPv6 address. So the staff IPv6 address is defined in the addressing table. So we will copy it. It is 2001 colon capital DB8 AC ACAD double colon and then 2/64, and then its link local address is FE80 double colon 8 and 2. So it's IPv6 gateway, so we will remove it, and its IPv6 gateway is FE80 double colon 1. And then next is the sales. The sales IPv6 is 2001 colon DB8 colon ACAD colon 1 double colon 2/64, and it is same as on the first. So 1. And then for the IT, its IPv6 is 2001 colon DB8 colon ACAD and then colon 2 double colon 2/64, and its link local is also same as on the other computer, and its IP default gateway is same as to them. So then next is the R1 configuration. So this is the R1. Then configure the device name according to the addressing table. So just click CLI and then enter. The next, enable. Next is configure terminal. And then, so it is said that disable DNS lookup. So to disable the DNS lookup, we will use the no IP space domain dash lookup command. And then next, assign Cisco ENPA55 as the encrypted privilege exec mode password. So we will put the enable secret Cisco ENPA55, and then next is assign Cisco conpa55 as the console password and enable login. So we will put the line console um, line console 0, and then password is Cisco conpa55, and then log in and exit, and line VTY as the 04, and then password Cisco con PA55, and then log in, then exit. So next is required that a minimum of 10 characters be used for all passwords. So to put that minimum characters per password, we will use a command like this. So security passwords min length 10. So that is the um, a minimum of 10 characters be used for all passwords command. And the next is encrypt all plain text passwords. So to encrypt all plain text passwords, we will use the service password dash encryption. So next is create a banner that warns anyone accessing the device that unauthorized access is prohibited. Make sure to include the word warning in the banner. So banner MOTT, and then the warning word, and unauthorized authorized access is prohibited. So next is configure all the gigabit Ethernet interfaces. Configure the IPv4 addresses according to your addressing scheme, and then configure the IPv6 addresses according to the addressing table. So next is to configure it. So interface, because in the addressing table, the R1 is the interface, and then we will put the gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and we will assign an IP address as the 192.168.0.1, and its subnet mask as 255.255.255.128, and then we will assign the IPv6 address and its link local, that is in the addressing table. So IPv6 address is 2001 colon db8 colon acad colon 1/64. And then next is no shutdown, then exit. Then next is the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1. So interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and then we assign the IP address as the 192.168.0.129, and its subnet mask is 255.255.255.192, and then the IPv6 is defined in the addressing table. So IPv6 address the 2001 colon DB8 colon ACAD colon 1 double colon 1 slash 64, and then no shutdown, then exit. The next is the interface gigabit ethernet 0 slash 2, and then we will put the IP address. Its IP address is 192.168.0.193, and its subnet mask is 255.255.255.254. I mean, it's 224, that is we defined earlier in the PC. So next is the IPv6 address is 2001 colon DB8 colon ACAD colon 2 double colon 1 slash 64, then enter. So no shutdown also, and then exit. So next is in the requirements, configure the SSH on R1. So set the domain name to ccnalog.com. So set the domain name, we will put the command using the IP domain dash name, and then space, it's ccna dash log.com. Then next is generate a 1024-bit RSA key. So to next, configure the VTY lines for SSH access. So we already made it. Next is configure the console and next is create a user admin 1 with a privilege level of 15 using the encrypted password for admin 1 PA55. So we will put the command username and admin 1, and then next is secret admin 1 PA55. So configure the console and VTY lines to log out after 5 minutes of inactivity. So next is, if we will configure the console and log out after 5 minutes of inactivity, we will put the command exec dash timeout space and 50. Oh, so exec dash timeout 5. So we timeout 50. So we cannot make it. Next is block anyone for 3 minutes who fails to log in after 4 attempts within a 2-minute period. So to block it, we will use the command login block for after 4 attempts. So 4 attempts within within 4 within 4 um within 4. So it's incorrect, so we will try it again. So login space block for attempts for within 120. So next is switch configurations, and then we will put first the end, and then next is to switch configurations. So switch configurations S1. The S1 configurations is go on CLI and then enter and then enable and then configure terminal. Then next is configure device name according to the addressing table. So in the addressing table, the switch one is S1. So we will put the um, host name S1. And the next, configure the SBI interface with the IPv4 address and subnet mask according to your addressing scheme. So here in the addressing table, you only use the interface VLAN1, and as you can see, there is no IP address or default gateway here. So we will assign the IP address here. And then we will put the interface VLAN1. The next is we will assign um, IP address here. So IP address 192.168.0.2, and its default gateway is 255.255.128, and then now shut down, then exit. So next is configure the default gateway. So we already made it. So disable DNS lookup. So to disable the DNS lookup, we will use the command no IP domain lookup. And then next, assign Cisco NPA 55 as an encrypted privilege exec password. So we will put the enable secret Cisco ENPA 55, and then the assign Cisco con PA55 as a console password and enable login. So line console 0, then password is Cisco con PA55, and then no shutdown, and then exit. Then next is the line VTY04, and then password is Cisco con PA55, and then no shutdown. Next is configured console, so we already made it. Console and video lines to log out after 5 minutes. So exec dash timeout 50. Then encrypt all plain text passwords. So service password encryption. Then end. So next is S2 will and then enable, then configure terminal. Then next assign, so host name S2 and then enable secret is Cisco ENPA55 and then no IP domain dash lookup and then interface VLAN 1. Then we assign the IP address as 192.168.0.130 and then it's IP address 192.168.0.130 space 255 dot 255.192 and then no shutdown, then exit. So next is line console 0, password is Cisco con PA55, then no shutdown, then exit. And then line VTY04, then password Cisco con PA55. And the next is exec timeout 50. Then next is the S3 enable and then configure terminal. So next is hostname S3 and then we will put the enable secret Cisco ENPA55. The next is the line console 0 and password Cisco con PA55. Then no shutdown, then exit. The next is line VTY04, password Cisco con PA55 and then no shutdown, exit. So encrypt password service dot password encryption. Then so we will verify the connectivity using the web browser from stop sys and ITPCs navigate to www.cisco.pka. So stop and then the web browser and www.cisco.pka. So we access it and then next In the sales, we will confirm www.cisco.pka. So we cannot access it. The next in IT, so type it cisco.pka. So also we cannot access it. Then next is www.cisco6.pka. So now we will try to ping basis. So command prompt, so ping, and the IP address of PCs, for example, is this stuff is ping 192.168.0.131. Oh wait, then it does not have connections, so it cannot ping. But in sales, ping 192.168.0.131. So it has a reply, so it connect it. And then next, the IT is ping 192.168.0.195. So it has a reply. And it will try also here in stuff if it has a reply now. So ping 192.168.0.3. So it has a reply now, and we ping devices. So that's all.
That's all, guys, and thank you for watching this video. So I hope you understand and you learn from this. So I'm Kisha, Lyka Villanueva of IT 2105.